Live.
No.
Who's at the door? Yep, I'm live, okay. Maybe I should actually try and get some actual missions done now instead of like just running around and not doing anything. I mean, I have fun just running around and goofing, but I also know that I need to actually try and get some of the missions done so I can go to other games at some point. Time to go talk to a meat, because he's the only one that knows how to speak Goblin.
Revelio. Hello there.
Hey, a meat.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that
You speak gobbledygook.
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade? It is.
Yes.
His name
is Bloodcock.
We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help? Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous? I think he simply wants to show me something that involves
Gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel
much better.
You said you know
Gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them. Have you ever spoken
directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no.
No.
I'm so
looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook. The speaker.
Cannot wait
to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me.
Being
Self-taught now.
Lord Glock is
waiting.
Should we go? Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I'll
meet you there. Good, because I have a fast travel to there, I think. And if I had to run all the way there with you, it would take forever. So yeah, I'll meet you there, meat. Because I'm pretty sure I ran into the goblin mine while just out exploring. Yep. There was a point where I was just running around not doing much exploring and I ran into this spot, so Bloodcock and a meat should be waiting for me here. Bloodcock is a good character.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock.
Ranrock.
Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's.
Ranrock's
renowned metal
worker.
If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham,
Ram, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they
They
contain.
contain.
For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Cock. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can
read gobbledygook better than you can speak it.
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok.
Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans.
Since I cannot
Not join you in mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of
Well,
what
Ranrock knows
or
of
is
plotting.
I suspect a careless
Loyalist
loyalist
may
may
have
have
left
left
plans
plans
behind.
And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen. Either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the
About the
enchanted,
enchanted door.
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult.
We're ready.
I can do this.
I will await your return.
Stay hidden, Amit. We're moving with stealth.
The door is looking at us.
The mind's eye. Really?
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mind. It's even grander than I had expected.
Stay hidden, Amit. Last thing we need is for one of them to know we're here.
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
Stay hidden. We cannot afford to be seen by the
I still
goblins.
can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine. I'm quite good at sneaking about. You'll see. I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
We'll need to get across this gap somehow. Amit, you'll need to stay close to me. I've dealt with worse enemies than these.
Where are those plans gone? I had schematics in my hand a moment ago.
What's a human doing here? You don't know who you're playing with!
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through his safely, Elite. You have my word.
Don't wish to be seen, do we?
No, we don't.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans. Revelio.
Bound to be plans around here somewhere. A schematic. They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
You better, Amit. I trusted to bring you with. Stay low, stay quiet. That was just somebody that knew how to outmaneuver you.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Revelio. Revelio.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Seems quiet. Too quiet, if you ask me. Someone's here.
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Good friend.
Yeah, it is much more complicated. Lodgok did not prepare us for this.
Revelio.
Devil's snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now. Lumos.
Lumos!
Lumos.
Lumos!
something to worry about. Should be the last of them, all right.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodcock what we found, Revelio.
Yeah, we should, but it's not going to be easy. They know we're here.
To catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. Aloha, Mora. Revelio. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
We made it out of the mine.
Can we please talk about what just happened?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain.
But she did something
that
I would never forget.
Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes.
Yes, but how did you...
Professor Fig's wife.
He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
The reverence with which she talked of goblins
and their intelligence and skill.
It caught me
entirely off guard.
I'd never been treated with such respect
by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise,
I let her study the
container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own.
We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam.
Berated me for trusting a witch.
And I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I know he did.
I don't want to believe it.
But I don't know.
But I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock,
transforming all of them.
I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at
stake.
Ranrock never found all of Bragball's journals. But the ones he did find suggest that Bragball at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
That's not good. Be careful, Lodgok.
Could it be?
A mileage. Revelio.
You do not know what Ranrock is capable of. Or how far he will go to get what he needs.
Bombarda. Imperial. Simply too many. Revelio.
Merlin trial complete. What did you find? I wasn't having mac and cheese at some point, but yeah. I ended up having a bowl of cereal earlier. I needed something sweet after eating so much savory stuff all day. So when I first got up, I grabbed a bowl of cereal.
Did you have that cupcake this morning?
Yeah, but that was all I had for sweet-wise. I had pizza, I had hot dogs, brats, mac and cheese. I was full by that point. After the fries and everything, I was full, so I didn't have room for peaches.
Sounds like you got to me.
No, it sounds like I didn't want to make myself sick.
You know what? Let me have my fun.
Revelio.
So I decided to have a bowl of cereal for a snack at like 9-something when I got up.
Morris, he's not letting me have my fun.
I'll have to open a fresh box tomorrow if I have cereal for breakfast.
Revelio.
I know you guys see the Pokemon stuff and all that.
Yeah, I don't know how to do those puzzles for the...
What?
I don't know how to do those Merlin puzzles. That's the only ones I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm live.
Mama, put headphones on and ignore the world. Find my headphones. Put my headphones on.
See, I put them on the
I
bed.
have them.
Revelio. Oh, here's a pleasant surprise.
A Merlin trial. Might as well do it. It gets me some XP, even though at this point I'm such high level that...
What gave you the right to free that dragon from Horntail Hall?
Because you were torturing it.
Aloha Mora.
Oh, come on, it's just a plain rabbit and you poachers are still after it. You are despicable people.
Revelio.
Run, my friend. Another Merlin trial complete. What are you planning, Sebastian?
High wing, go! I thought my owl might pique your interest. I came as soon as I could. I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominous in the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it. That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing. Let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that.
After you.
Silent as a grave.
Exactly, Sebastian. Silent as a grave. We stay low, and we move quietly.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
Revenue.
How many of them are there? A lot.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
The wizards will have no choice but to submit to us. The wizards will be defeated.
It's no jealous.
No, where did they go?
Revelio. Revelio.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Stay quiet, Sebastian.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose?
could fall dead asleep on my feet, I could.
Who's there? I never enjoyed it. Who's there? If only Redmond were here.
Is that it? Call that spell cut. There.
No, I call this spell casting. I call this not being afraid to use dark magic if I have to.
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term. Rebellion.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
I didn't do it for fun, Sebastian.
We must remain unseen.
For better or for worse, we're in. This mine looks
What?
like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were
The chili's
reported.
not spicy, it's adult.
Now I see why.
In a minute, yeah. I'll have it. I'm trying to be silent.
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
What was that? Up for a bit of dying, I think.
Expelliarmus!
How many of Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want. It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eye.
Smashing.
Any number? Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Repair it. Expelliarmus! Bombarder! Professor Heckert would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists all but declared war.
Revelio. Lumos. Lumos. Confringo. Rebellion. Bombarda. Lumos. We've still not seen a single room.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from rooms for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Reminds me of the time I nearly fell out of a car.
Just you wait till
Let's get this over. Coming back this way. Stop up! You think this is funny?
Bombarda.
We're not finished yet.
Why have you not run away?
Certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
For a Ravenclaw, you certainly have a lot to learn.
Rebellion.
Wasn't expecting that.
What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
Revelio!
We should clear out these spider webs.
Sebastian, I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't...
Confirmed.
Still, something about this place feels odd.
Revelio. If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morgan was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
We should clear...
I already did find it when I wasn't even supposed to yet. It's right there.
Now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Mornweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know, goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
Perhaps your uncle was right about you. You don't know when to stop.
Oh, I do know when to stop. Unbelievable.
I hope Professor Fitzgerald...
I believe my next broom upgrade to be even more impressive than the last. Come by Spin Witches as soon as you can.
Nice to see you, my young friend.
He doesn't think I know what goblins are capable of. What he doesn't get, not all goblins hate wizard kind that much.
Aloha Mora. Revelio. What do we have here? Aloha Mora. Revelio. Mine now, demigod.
I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
Sebastian doesn't get it.
Hello again. Wonderful to see you. As before, I've arranged a special price on the broom upgrade for you. You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. You're all set with the new upgrade. I can't wait to hear what you think. This may sound presumptuous, but...
You'd like me to report back with even more flight details.
You know me well. I feel I'm almost there. I just think I can improve broom flight a bit more. Miss Ray's is running a time trial at the South Coast course. Not ideal, really, what with rumours of Ranrock's lot and Ashwinders infiltrating the place. However, if you're flying high above them, you should be all right, I think.
I'm not worried, Mr. Weeks. I'll see if I can find Imelda.
I hope you are able to complete these trials. I have a feeling this final upgrade is going to be a sweeping success. Do be careful, of course. I look forward to our next meeting.
Perhaps I could test out my new upgrade on the way.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
Of course.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hog's Head. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
All right, if you're going.
I don't know if it's such a good idea for you to be out here, but...
No more milk for you. Keep finishing it.
No need to... Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Oh, tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But... perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprised Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Yeah, but staying silent about it isn't going to help anyone. I just have to hope the other two see that.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow,
Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
If Harlow knew I was getting info against him, he would already have me dead.
I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an orphan. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
You're kidding me. The girl got herself taken, I bet.
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Come on.
Revelio.
You're only here because you think you're getting more milk.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Ashwinder's hideout.
Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Leviosa! Accio! Hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen. Revelio.
There's a lot of Harlow's men.
You couldn't last a week. You see if you can last even a day without us reminding you where you last did your sacks of gold.
Did you hear that?
Yourself.
That one hurt. There we go.
What are your thoughts on?
Imperial!
Confringo! Flash!
Expelliarmus! The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Revelio. Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
Bombarda. Levioso. Accio. Guardian Levioso.
Revelio.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Revelio. Revelio. Natty must be here somewhere. Hello, Amora.
Abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she? Worried about you.
Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand. Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
So nigh.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. Revelio. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful.
Thank you.
Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Revelio.
I may have already done that, not say.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Exactly.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was
you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are
taking great risk.
Next time,
please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer.
Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this.
Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon. Ow. You should have known how dangerous this is, Natsai, and you went after an Ashwinder base. Even I know that is stupid.
Revelio.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Revelio.
I guess I should go into the map room and see what they know.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time
to lose.
Have a look at the map.
Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there.
Sneaking into the headmaster's office.
The headmaster's office. Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Revelio. Aloha Mora.
Click.
Revelio. Leviosa. Revelio.
Wait, is this a freaking statue puzzle? Where I have to teleport from one to the other and try and find stuff?
Revelio.
Yes, it is. Now I have to go back through them.
Revelio. Aloha Mora.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashway.
Revelio.
So far. We should discuss the next steps. Stop Harlow.
I'm not sure there should be any next steps on that side.
Mine now, Demi.
Aloha Mora.
You're putting yourself at great risk doing any of this.
Revelio.
For me, I know the risk. I know that I put myself in danger every time I go out.
Revelio.
But I don't think you should do the same thing anymore, let's say.
Revelio. Now here's Professor Fig. The Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not,
in the headmaster's office.
It's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may
come in handy.
Let's just say
I felt the need to prepare for
anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
So I'm going to become Professor Black.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black.
I'll see you later.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Oh my god. I am Professor Black.
Professor, a moment of your time. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well,
well,
sir.
If you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets...
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry.
What could the headmaster want?
Gareth! Mr. Weasley! What are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor! Yes, of course! All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago. Muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Well, there's one for my diary.
So you just go around messing with students.
What passes for magic in these halls,
Headmaster? Yeah, what could he want?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Oh my god.
Something is very wrong.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense
into them.
And they are fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day,
Good day, Madam Kogawa. I could so mess up Professor Black's life.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. You could just be Professor Black and mess with the students.
I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
I'm sure this is all gonna come back to bite me, but it's hilarious. So I'm just gonna do it if I can see a student.
For any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on you. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But I am happy to look into.
Good. That'll be all,
We all
Weasley.
Miss Weasley.
I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig?
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house elf. There's no doubt in Scrope's mind.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you.
Thank you.
Never speak of this
For this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of...
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. Best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Aloha Mora.
Revelio. The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? Revelio. That must be the pedestal.
What trickery is this?
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Eve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
Sorry, we cannot help.
This is my chance. Come and leave. I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead. A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. Best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. Take that wolf, John. Red Riding Hood. You big girl should. Walking in the woods, girl.
Dang!
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
Riding Hood. So I can get my dues.
You okay?
Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be a way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. The way forward. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. Now's my chance. That's the way forward. I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
I get what this is.
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
The Elder Wand.
I've never felt such power.
Bombarder!
Yeah, I know. But I'm in the middle of a trial.
Defender. Defender. Protego. Bombarder. Defender. Bombarder. Bombarder. Defender. Descendo. Depulse. Bombarder. Defender.
Oh, I had 28 out of 30 for the combo.
Defender. Bombarder. Defender. Bombarder. Depulse. Defender. Bombarder. Defender. Bombarder.
This is the Brothers Grimm, or whatever they're called in Harry Potter's tales. It's the ones that had the ancient relics.
Stone. This must be for me.
Philosopher's Stone.
You're far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
He's gone. Dear sweet Neve. Dead.
Let us always honor her memory.
May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
View the memory and then we're done for the night.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed
with.
In the wrong
Wrong
hands.
hand.
What I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora.
This must stop.
This must stop.
All of it.
All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
You know, I think that was the most interesting trial out of the three.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
I have.
And I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know.
No.
You must be
Professor Picard.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it?
How
did she harness
it? It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see.
Nonetheless,
the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with
the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait,
Frustrating as it is.
I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled
emotions
as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald,
without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers.
Hi, Shadow.
Who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
The hallowed hero. Trophy earned. And that is it for tonight, people. This game is definitely good. 31 hours.